You can really taste the maple.
You do know that Riverdale was founded on the maple syrup industry.
Here in Riverdale?
Dilton Doily plays with guns.
Big one, Betty.
Sardonic humor is just my way of relating to the world.
Everyone knows how much I loved my brother.
Exactly.
If we go in there with the entire Scooby Gang, forget it. We're compromised.
War is hell, Jack.
No, Archie. Hell is other people.
Out of the four of us, only you and Archie haven't kissed.
Fascinating.
I'm gonna go get a Betty. Do you want anything?
Glass of milk would be great.
Alice?
Is it true what they say about men just in movies from prison, FP?
The Coopers are one of the most respected families in Riverdale.
Take your male gaze and your male privilege and get out of the women's locker room.
Happy birthday, dear Jughead.
Last night was
A PG-13 grope session?
Color me shocked. Archie Andrews, is that why you became a mediocre musician overnight?
I'm not interested in being anybody's rebound. Besides, I'm more into girls anyways. And all this time I thought you were a lover, not a fighter.
both. I've got layers.
And it'll be a cold day in hell before a snake lets a pig tell him what to do.
Well, the season may be over, but we can always relive the Riverdale through that amazing piece of audio. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. What are we talking about?
Oh, it's Riverdale time. So excited.
Season 3 of Riverdale is over for the year. And we've got a few episodes left to cover.
Yeah.
If you are newer to the podcast and don't know our love of Riverdale and how much we adore it, if you are that girl I accosted at the con because she was wearing a Jughead beanie and shoved a flyer in your hand, welcome. I freaked this girl out. I was like, "You like Riverdale?" I was like, "We cover like every episode." She's like, "No way." So I'm trying, Cliff. I'm trying
That's right.
to get those
We'll
listeners.
get them one at a time.
Thanks again to Coach Mayor Jared Lowe. Filled in the last few episodes when I wasn't here to cover the Dale. 50-some episodes, and there's only 2 I haven't covered.
That's pretty good.
So it's an okay run. I did want to bring up, from the notes I had, those episodes we missed. When Archie killed the guy in the ring,
Yeah.
I immediately wrote down, Brick killed a guy. That's what I thought. Archie does not even know what he did. He doesn't even know what he did. And my only criticism of those episodes during Chapter 54, Fear the Reaper, you kind of glossed over the big twist was that there's an adult on this show pretending to be 17.
Yeah.
And Cliff, you started to say something and then the subject got changed. But I would have loved to have spent some minutes on that and talking about how they're just shocked that someone in their midst was an adult.
Crazy. It's
and
crazy
not 17 years old. But that's the past, and we are moving toward the future. Chapter 55, Prom Night.
The Dale.
Oh, we're going to fly through this.
Or at least try to.
Where we had left off, I believe, they were moving Hal to the Rams prison, and there's a big wreck and no survivors, of course.
Didn't buy that for an instant.
No. Of course, B&V go to check it out. They're driving the family truckster. I thought it was pretty awesome. Betty's like, tell FP, you don't understand. Black Hood, still out there. It's like, no. We found a bunch of heads. So now, since they're glossing over the fact that FP's gone, not FP, that Senior Archie is not around anymore.
So we're going to get a heavy dose of Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald's back.
Yeah, they just kind of waved that away like he's out of town. Yeah. I don't think they wanted to deal with it this season.
Yeah. So she came home. Things were kind of slow in Chicago. Then Betty goes to see her mom at the farm, and or you come steal more babies, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Because she took Dagwood, right?
Mm-hmm. Jason Jr. now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. He's always going to be Dagwood to me. She's like, Dad's on the loose. Dr. Curl Jr. hasn't identified the bodies yet. Like, yes. And mom got a tattoo. It's like an engagement ring tattoo. That's what she says. It's on her wrist, a little loop or something. Then Jelly Bean, they're back getting ready to eat at the pool table. And talking about Ricky, because Ricky's got Jelly Bean playing G&G. And that a quest. And that there's the gospel of the gargoyles out there somewhere. So, that's what Jughead wants to find. It's the gospel. Over at the Owl Royale, Veronica signed Archie up for the regional classic. Mad Dog wants in too. You've got to get your mom or dad to sign for it. So, Anyway, Archie has to try to figure he's going to have to lie and all this stuff. He's not going to be able to get his dad's signature, and he's going to have to fake things.
Archie is not a good liar.
No. Oh, terrible.
And his mom has a lick of sense, so she's not going to sign her juvenile son up to be pummeled in the ring, so that makes sense.
So, Jughead's telling Betty she can move in with him and his dad, JB, and then he's going to look for the gospel. His dad has been, probably according to Jug's orders, because he runs the police department now. He's got FP sweeping Junkyard Steve's. Meanwhile, Cheryl is trying to get him drumming up some support so she can be prom queen.
Sorry to interrupt your no doubt thrilling catch-up, chums, but as you know, junior prom is this weekend. The theme is fire and ice, and naturally, Tony and I are campaigning to be the most captivating prom queens the school's ever seen. So it goes without saying, vote Shoney for co-monarchs because when you really think about it, no other options make sense.
Prom is this weekend? We still do things like that here? I mean, apparently. Jack, will you go to prom with me?
Only for you, Betty Cooper.
And theme's fire and ice. Jughead's eating some tortilla chips. This is when they're still trying this last ditch effort to make him comic book Jughead. Choney for co-monarchs. She means blow pass, is what she's trying to say. She stuttered. They're like, I like this. Promise this weekend? Veronica's like, do we still do things like that?
That was a great moment.
That was good.
This, very mundane thing that any other show would center a whole episode around. It's prom.
Betty's like, well, apparently we do.
They didn't even know it was this week. They got more important things to do.
Archie's up shadowboxing in his room, and his mom brings him peanut butter and banana sandwich. It's a tournament he wants to box in. I didn't even want you to play football. I'm good at boxing. That's all I'm good at. I want to go pro.
I don't disagree there, Archie.
Yes. Betty's at the gun range. You don't see him at the gun range if they're not going to fire a gun at some point. She gets a call from one of her faves, Dr. Curdle Jr. Corpses were charred beyond recognition, but he was able to work on one semi-intact hand, and it matches her father's DNA and fingerprints.
Still didn't buy it.
Nope, never for a second. No, I mean, did they expect anyone to buy that Hal was dead? For good or ill, your father's dead, and with that, Dr. Curl Jr. loses all credibility. Over at the old Cooper house, Jellybean's gone. FP's at Junkyard Steve, so the Jones guys go over there, go in the bus. Looks like a gargoyle bus, got a bunch of little Blair Witch Project things hanging from the ceiling in there. There it is, hidden in a seat, carved out spot for gospel. It was pretty convenient, pretty easily found. The Gospel of the Gargoyle King, it says. It's got his picture on it. Archie tries to lie to Veronica. My mom signed this. Here, sign me up. What are you doing for prom? So they go to get prom tickets. They're going to go as friends.
Prom tickets here.
And
Get your prom tickets here.
Actually, we'll take 2, please.
Well. What was off is now back on again. You owe me a cherry phosphate.
We're just going as friends. In fact, we'll be paying separately.
Whatever. Just remember to vote Shoni for prom queens, okay? Thanks. Bye.
Cheryl says that she had a bet that they'd get back together, and now TT owes her a cherry phosphate. Which we should all our bets should be 1 cherry phosphate. But now they're paying separately. Well, vote for Blow Pass. Here comes Evelyn. She's saying that's strictly forbidden. You can't be a farmie and be a prom queen.
Cheryl, what are you doing? Campaigning for prom queen is strictly forbidden.
Forbidden? What's up with that?
The farm prohibits it because it goes against our strictures of equality. Remember, the one become many, the many one.
Easy for you to say, Evelyn. Aren't you like 30? How many proms have you been to?
This is a test. You can either be queens for one night, or you can live in the glory of the farm for all of eternity. Which would you prefer?
Honestly, both.
Goes the one become many, the many one. She's like, aren't you like 30? Well, it's queens for a night or live in glory of the farm for eternity. So that was
I never quite, again, bought Cheryl's sort of full-on change. So this made at least a little bit of sense of that, something that really would mean something to her.
So Bughead are talking about serial killers, and they get a call from Dr. Curl Jr. again, and text, I think it's about Kurtz's autopsy.
So this moment proved to me both Betty and Jughead have Dr. Curl Jr.'s information on their cell phone.
Yes.
They both have him on speed dial.
Yes. Which I would also.
They talk to him so often.
Right. Right. I mean, they really
town
do.
Coroner.
They really do talk to the town coroner a lot.
I feel, honestly, like an episode isn't complete without him.
No, it's not good.
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald wants to sign Archie up for the Naval Academy. They've got great boxing. So they go down, Buckhead go down to their best buddy's morgue, and
Judging by the healing, I'd say Mr. Kurtz got these tattoos last month.
Yet again, the same symbols that were carved into Ben, Dalton, and Baby Teeth.
Well, the gospel says that you need these markings in order to ascend to the kingdom. Maybe these tattoos are Kurtz's way of trying to slip his way in.
Chug, whoever gave him these tattoos could be a new lead.
see Kurtz got some tattoos last month. Same symbols carved on our faves Ben, Dalton, and Baby Teeth. The gospel says that you need those markings. Gotta have them. So they got them. Naval recruiter comes over and talks up the Navy. Whoop-de-doo.
That was Mom's friend from Sarah Florence College.
Oh.
They went to college together at Sarah Florence.
Is that something?
Well, Sarah Lawrence is a college.
Okay,
but they went to Sarah Florence.
Okay. So they go down to the tattoo parlor, see about these tattoos. Got to be over 18 to get inked. And yeah, Kurtz was in there. Came ask for the symbols. Some other guy came in about a year ago. And it's nice to look back and see this stuff seeded, because that I didn't know what that meant at that time. But now we've watched we've finished the season, folks, and we're covering this now. Now we know who that was a year ago.
I don't remember, so it'll be a good surprise.
You don't remember
No.
who?
I have
You've already forgotten.
This has been like a week. I've forgotten everything about this. I'm reliving it through you right now.
Wow.
It's very exciting.
Wow. So, got the same tattoos, just a different dude. Anyway. Evelyn told them what you've been doing, Sister Cheryl. And they're talking, she's talking to Chad Michael Murray. You may have heard of him. And, forget about this trivial prom queen stuff. You won't be able to speak to your brother Jason anymore if you do that. So, well, she's done. Forget it. She's got to be able to do that. Over at Pop's like, tell me you're not selling this place, Veronica. She's just looking to get a loan to help Archie's gym. What? We're just friends, Pop. Don't worry. Pop sighs and give us a concerned look. I don't know why.
Oh, Pop. I feel
What's Mama going to think? Archie weighs in. He's over 6 pounds over. Oh my gosh. Of course he is.
Oh, man.
He's got his bear scars. He'll cut down and make the weight. If he's got to fight another bear, he'll do what he's got to do. Well, the fight's at 4 o'clock. How you going to lose 6 pounds?
Time for a slow-mo montage.
Let's do it up.
Dun, 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 dun.
So
they even played that. I forgot about that.
It's a little on the nose, Riverdale.
What are you doing?
Some blonde guy came in there about a year ago. Had blue eyes. Got a Gargoyle King tattoo. Not ringing a bell. Don't know this guy.
Nope.
How does that explain your mom seeing him during Ascension Night? Nearly 2 decades before Edgar got to town. Yada yada. Both of them have followers they manipulate. Both really creepy. Anyway, Archie's sweating it out. He needs a ride because he's got to go fight. He's got to focus in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And Veronica's like, you can't fight twice in one day.
A normal person couldn't.
It's like, my mom didn't sign it, I did. So,
what did he think he was going to do?
I don't know.
Show up to this exposition.
The Dale.
Sweaty and bruised and be like, right. I'm here to fight.
Now, who's next?
Me. How about you admit that you are the Gargoyle King? Edgar, I am so sorry.
It's all right, Alice. Clearly, whatever's on Betty's mind must be very important. Why don't you join us? And we can unpack this obsession you have with the Gargoyle King.
I have a better idea. Why don't you take off your shirt? Betty, I want to see your tattoos.
I do have a tattoo on my wrist. It's an infinity symbol, just like many of us here.
I'm talking about the runic symbols that would be on your back.
This is sublimation, Betty. But I have nothing to hide.
Then prove it.
So, Chad Michael Murray's got his infinity symbol just like everybody else. And she's like, oh, I'm talking about the runic symbols on your back. You've got blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Betty makes him take his shirt off.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, it wasn't.
Betty makes him take his shirt off. It wasn't him.
Oh,
He's
what a
fine.
twist.
I had the Tigers playing. Yep, they're throwing the medicine ball around. They're
so many abs.
Yep.
Sweaty abs everywhere.
Rising up. Maybe Alice isn't marrying another serial killer if he doesn't have his tattoos on his back. So they're in the blue and gold, working this thing out. Listen to this in the gospel. The Shire. That's all, I'm not going to read the rest. It doesn't matter. Oh, coordinate the Griffin Queen. Does that sound like an imminent school event to you? Yeah, junior prom. Let's go.
Of course.
Upon her crowning, the Griffin Queen will ensure the king's arrival. I'm assuming I'm the Griffin Queen, she says. Right. Ergo. We just have to ensure that you're crowned prom queen. This all makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect sense.
Riverdale sense.
That's my least favorite thing of this whole season is the way they tried to tie real life events into these quests and fantasy realms. Like, if you're going to play the game, okay, but the way they everyone was like obsessed with this game to it was taking over their entire lives.
Well, what they got to do is just change the theme from Fire and Ice to something G&G related. For some
Cheryl's
reason.
Like, whatever.
She said,
Cheryl does
they
not
literally
care.
walk up to the table. They're like, we realize this is a prom's theme, for tomorrow, whatever. But let's change it to something else right now, like the Renaissance or medieval times.
Yeah.
She literally says, sure, whatever.
Nobody will mind. Nobody has bought a dress or a tux so far.
Yeah.
We can immediately change it on these stupid costumes.
So between fights, they go out to Veronica's late 50s Corvette she's tooling around in.
As teenagers do.
It's a great fight, Arch. He's like, well, I'm not losing 2 fights in one day. So he lost, of course. He lost. He's like, he's going to go fight an exhibition with Fangs.
Why Fangs? What?
He seemed pretty pumped about it.
This made no sense to me.
Fangs is all over the place.
He's just happy to be included.
He just wants to be on the show.
Anyway, he promised his mom is what it is. He doesn't want to, upset her.
So this is to get into the
his
naval.
girlfriend's like build him up. Your persistence is stronger than your uppercut, though, Archie.
Why in the world did they play Eye of the Tiger when they could have played in the Navy?
Missed opportunity.
There's a montage song for you.
Paladin in the Navy. He's like, I can do this. Gets in there, falls down on his face. Then we're at the Sword and Serpents Club, and the Pretty Poisons are in there. They don't take orders. It's like, listen, Peaches. This is the first time we've talked to Peaches?
No, she's been on there, but I don't know that we referenced her as Peaches.
Okay. Well, anyway, whoever's cosplaying as Gargoyle King is going to be there. It's just a fact. According to the gospel, he will be at prom. And he's going to have some sign of kingly, some signifier of that. So it's going to have like a crown or antlers. Yeah, we know what the Gargoyle King looks like. What is all this garbage?
We don't know by now.
So Archie starved himself for a week, fought 2 fights, forged his mom's signature.
Again, I'm thinking of Michael Scott before he ran the 5K. Like he didn't drink any water all day.
Archie says, Mom,
I've ate more fettuccine alfredo and less water.
It's like, Mom, I want to be a boxer. I don't want to join the Navy. I don't want to go to college. I want to see how far these fists can take me.
Oh, Lord. Down the drain, Archie. That's where they take you.
Okay. A few months ago, Pops found something out. Wants to tell Veronica. He's like, you're going to want to sit down for this. I don't even know what it was. It didn't get a screenshot. What was it?
She doesn't own.
Who was
the
she
restaurant
was telling him,
or
or he
La
was
Bonne Nuit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hiram duped her.
Yeah.
So everybody's all
I thought we were at this point. I thought we were done with Hiram being the bad guy.
Nope.
We just can't let go of that. I thought, ugh.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Now he's always got his shirt off it. Now. Once the Ram took his shirt off, became Prison Mike, he can't put it back on.
And what is that tattoo on his shoulder? It's just like a black rectangle.
It's Regis.
Are they covering?
Regis.
That's what I thought. Are they covering up a knee? Are they covering something up, or is he just has a rectangle tattoo?
I don't know.
He had to seal that deal a few years ago.
He should have that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The Ram.
He should have a Ram on his shoulder.
Yeah. So she was given a fake deed to Pops, and Veronica's upset. TT's consoling Cheryl because she won't be prom queen. That's all right. Edgar gave her something better. And suddenly being a farmie is making a lot less sense, though, she says. Betty got a letter from a druid while she's at the prom, who got it from a centaur.
I hate these.
Which I want to see this. I want to see the centaur. Who got it from someone else? It's to Her Majesty the Griffin Queen. Let's blow this up here. You've been summoned to the place where the first Ascension Night was held. Come alone. Tell anyone. Every reveler will pay the price. Gargoyle King. Must be from him. Good evening, Renaissance revelers. And then Jug lost Betty. She went out there to go to the place. So of course there's like green lights in the hallway, red lights in the bathroom, like there's fate and stuff written everywhere. There's a couple goblets there with some blue stuff. There's the Gargoyle King in the hallway.
I did what you asked. I came here alone. What do you want? Who are you?
She pulls her gun out, chases her all over the place. Somebody the Black Hood tackles her. I gotta tell you, I know we can't talk about the last episode.
Not yet.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, this is like a star-studded.
It's an all-star cast.
It's like a Scooby-Doo if you can get. Oh man, it wasn't for the meddling kids. He so the Black Hood just tackles her in the hallway. Hook hand.
Yeah.
You know.
When did the hook come into play?
I got my arrow at the hook. I knew it was gonna have a hook hand. Come on, you knew it.
That's how committed he is. He
Yeah.
had to leave his DNA behind. And the easiest way is obviously to cut your hand off and leave your hand.
Chases her in the blue gold, back out everywhere. Dad, you don't want to do this. He's dragging the hook down the lockers. Some guy's dead. She's got something she's gonna hit him with. I don't know what it is.
A shovel?
I don't think it was a shovel. It would have been.
That would have been.
That would have been. She would have saved it for sure. She texts Jug. She's like, he's here. So, all that stuff, the proclamation, the fake gospel is what they think it was, just to get this all set up, just to trick them. Now they've got 2 serial killers running around.
It's too much, Riverdale.
And FB's like, and both of them are outsmarting us, me. And Molly Ringwald's going to stay for a while. Shouldn't want Archie to be alone while Dad's away. Sad.
Gotta keep the bears away.
Yep. He's like, well, I tried music. I tried football. No more crash diets. No more double bookings. He's just going to do it the right way now. So
I did like that the character acknowledged the history, of the music career, the failed music career. I used to play football, but not anymore.
Right.
Now
He played football for like one game.
Yeah,
or
an episode.
Yeah. Jason died, so he got the job, and then that was it. And he just focused on music because Val saw something in him. So Betty goes to the farm, talks to Alice, tells her, the Black Hood's chasing me. It's a real thing. She's like, you shouldn't talk to him. Yeah.
It's good advice.
Anyway,
Alice makes even less sense.
Yeah.
Knowing how this all ends.
Mm-hmm.
So Edgar Ever Never steps out and says, you should just let the farm protect you. And that was the episode. Right? Or no?
That was it.
Yes. We did it. So, we doing another one right now?
Yeah, moving on.
What's the next one called?
Chapter 56, the 21st episode of Season 3, The Dark Secret of Harvest House.
The 21st episode?
Yes.
Is there any other significance to that episode?
321, Chapter 56.
Of?
Riverdale?
Of the season, it is. Would it be?
No, I'm not sure, because
Season 3?
the next, it's the next to last one I know.
What would that be called?
Correctly, it would be called the penultimate episode.
Okay.
I wasn't going to bring up your incorrectness.
Yeah. Well,
calling 7 episodes ago the penultimate episode in a brash hope that this would be done much sooner.
Okay, so it was the deadliest prom night since Carrie. How in the heck did Hal Cooper fake his own death back at Dr. Curdle Jr.'s? Well, he decided to re-examine the telltale hand recovered from the bus. The erratic incision at the wrist leads him to think it was self-amputated. Oh, really? Maybe you should have took a better look at it last time when they were telling you that they had reason to believe there was some mischief. Dr. Curdle Jr., if you are who you say you are. There are 8 bones in the human wrist. This would have been a rough deal. Hermione's arguing with the Ram.
Are you guys still expecting Dr. Curdle Jr. at this point
to ever come back?
To be the Gargoyle King?
No.
I still kind of was holding out some hope.
But Dr. Curdle or Dr. Curdle Jr.?
Dr. Curdle Jr.
No, I never once thought that.
I was really holding on to that for a while.
That may have fixed all the problems.
Yeah, but that'd have been something. Oh, don't fix what problems?
The many problems.
Okay, I want to hear whatever problems they could possibly be because the last episode is perfection.
I loved it.
Literally, at one point, Jughead said exactly what I was thinking.
Are you quoting Jughead when he says, "It defies logic"?
No, when he said, "This tracks."
I have that written down too. Actually, that kind of tracks.
I was like,
that's as much as we need. It kind of tracks.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's for later.
I know. Anyway, there's drugs on the street. Riverdale is broken, about to slide off a cliff. Hermione's like, "Oh, you want to buy Riverdale?" I don't know what they're talking about. Who cares? They're going to relieve the debts. Governor Dooley signed off on it. Yada, yada. Ram, your ride's about over. So, the deed... Molly Ringwald's a lawyer, of course, so she's going to solve this speakeasy business. And there's a problem, it's legal. They got to come up with a plan because the Ram's so awful, which Archie points out very well by saying,
"Yeah, Ronnie, your dad sucks."
Yeah, Ronnie.
Your dad sucks. That was my favorite.
We're gonna need that audio drop because the way he just the indignant
I don't know.
He's
I don't know if you've noticed this.
Yeah, he's like at the counter eating, and the camera switches to him. And he's like, "Yeah, Ronnie, your dad sucks."
So maybe all this shady stuff that Veronica does at the speakeasy, maybe we could blame him for it. Hey, sounds great. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, what kind of shady stuff?
But I
don't feel like this is
just. Well, what I like is she is admitting to her friend's mom when she's like 16 or 17. She's like, "Yeah, I've been letting kids drink for free, illegal gambling, drugs, all this stuff. Let's blame it on my dad." And that's perfectly fine with Archie's mom. Meanwhile, back to farm. Betty's got her farm shirt on.
Oh man! Before the summer is out, Hot Topic has got to have those.
Those are sweet shirts.
Oh man, they are. I really want one.
Got the ringer tees.
Tees, yeah.
So she walks by Evelyn's room and she's getting dialysis. Here, she's got some old.
Yeah, let's throw something else into the plot. Sure.
Yeah. Right. Why not? Why wouldn't she be getting dialysis?
The payoff for all this farm stuff feels like they should have introduced that. At least some hints. Maybe I could go back and listen.
It's literally called The Farm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's genius.
I did too.
I'm not convinced they had that from the beginning, though.
Oh.
I'm not 100% convinced.
I feel like
any talk of scars or operations or any of it before this episode.
We didn't want to give it away.
You're giving them too much credit.
Well, even if they just slipped and fell into this,
yeah,
they did. It was awesome.
Because it was a cult. That's drama enough We've got a cult and flying babies. What happened
They were
to all that?
they were out there.
It's Riverdale.
They were out there reaping and harvesting members for the farm.
Yeah.
Come on, harvesting. So good.
Is that what Tom Cruise is doing then?
Yeah. That's what's going on. Yeah. Ardelia, friend from the FBI. She's had her eye on Hiram for a long time. She'd like to get him. So this is going to be great. All these crimes he's committed here in the speakeasy, what? They're going to blame it on him?
He's committed multiple crimes every episode he's been on this show, but we don't have anything else, literally.
Nothing stuck.
Yep. He's slippery.
It's too slippery.
The ram is slippery. So Betty's down there having a little seance with Chad Michael Murray and the other Cooper girls. They had something they like tell her when she was 8. She spent some time in the hospital after she fell off her bike, and they ran a bunch of tests, and she has these genes. She has the serial killer gene.
The serial killer gene.
All right, so when that happened, I wanted to make a point to ask you. You watch a lot more true crime dramas.
Yeah.
You watch the Mindhunter about the origins of serial killer.
David Fincher.
So how many of these shows get into having the serial killer gene?
None. I've heard of it, but I've never heard really broken down.
So Riverdale's breaking new ground.
Yes.
Cutting edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on the fringes of science.
They're like, oh, and they tested the rest of us, and none of us have it. It's just you.
Dark Betty.
Not even Dad. Dad doesn't even have it.
The real serious.
It's like, so what are you telling me? That it means nothing then, is what you're saying. Your point is moot. He is a serial killer. You have a predisposition to violence. I'd be like, I do now. But just because you were born with this malady, you still have a choice. So then he hypnotizes her.
How? If this is true, how can you help me?
Let's start by talking. Just because you were born with a malady doesn't mean it defines you. Destiny. It's a false notion. You are destined to make a choice. Give in to your proclivity or fight it. Tell me your fears. Now, begin.
I've always felt like there's another person inside of me. A person capable of doing dark, terrible things. And I don't know how to get rid of her.
First step is confrontation.
He's got his little clicky balls there. He's
Yeah, and at one point someone talks about those, like, he had this device. It's like,
I've never seen that before.
Clickety-clackety balls. Everyone knows what those are. They're not like mystic.
Yeah, like every dad in the 80s had those in his office. Anyway, so she is kind of in the goes into this room. All of a sudden she's in this room and she's seeing herself talk to her, and she realizes she got hypnotized. Whatever.
Oh yeah, she's talking to Dark Betty.
Yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yeah,
she's talking to herself with a ponytail and stuff. It's
but I mean,
not like
but she's supposed to be the dark part of her personality.
She had her black wig on. I don't recognize it. I need Black Betty Pamberlin. Carmel ran away. Her old cat, or Caramel, ran away. Whatever. No, we drowned her. We drowned that cat. And what about the time we pushed Polly down the stairs? You're a part of me. I'm the real Elizabeth Cooper. You're an illusion. Which, later when we find out what this is, It's like, why would they do this to her? I don't understand
what the motivation was.
She's got a stabbing pain in her head. That's where her trauma is. So which was, to look at that now.
Gotta cut that out.
I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Which I love later. Oh my gosh. I'm like, oh. Anyway, just gotta get rid of that pain. So, back at Pop's, where they do everything in the dark at night. You eat in the dark in the evening at Pop's. Just only the neon. Don't let those farmies get in your head. She's on the phone with Jughead. They barely talk about that stuff. She's like, he had these magnetic balls on his desk.
I could not resist their pull.
She's like, somebody back at the prom, remember, was dressed as a jester. Gave me an envelope. He's like, I'll find him. That's my quest. Follow the envelope. Godspeed, my brave Hellcaster. He finds him immediately. Next thing, it's Louis, right? That's your name? That's kind of a funny story. Jester's name is Jerry, and Jerry told me that he got the envelope from a druid named Luna, and Luna said she got the envelope from a centaur. He's like, yeah, I gave it to Luna.
Oh man, we really needed Luis from Ant-Man here to
really,
yeah. Here's the $20 question. He pulls out $20. Some homeless kid gave it to me, so there you
just
go.
start with Ricky next time. We know it all ties back to Ricky.
Don't lose the number. Can I join you guys? Betty was at the farm. She's got her overalls on, and she wants to join Kev and Cheryl. And Fang's still a little sore from the fight. The big or no, I thought he was sore from the fight. No, his big pain is from his whatever where they're finding their trauma.
Yeah,
it's gone now. It's in his side or something, but it's gone now. He has a minor procedure.
The first mention of a farmie having aches and pains, right?
Yes, in the penultimate episode.
We've been saving it for the penultimate.
Yes, I guess they could have sprinkled this stuff earlier, and we wouldn't have known what the heck was going on. But I don't know.
It was obviously.
The first thing I thought in this scene when they show Kevin's, that's the first thing you thought.
Yeah.
So come on, they couldn't have told us much earlier.
But it starts as like a supernatural thing. They're a coven of witches, or there's something, and we've obviously it wasn't that. This isn't Sabrina, but.
So Betty's giving her good Betty quizzical, skeptical looks. You're in pain, like physical pain. Even though her head just hurt like 2 scenes ago. He transforms our emotional pain into physical pain, and it's easier to treat and banish.
Yep.
Me
Take
first,
it right
babe.
out of there.
TT's like, me first, babe. It's got to be me. That's right. TT's next in line. Everybody's excited. The tenderness was only in Kev's back for a few days. Only lasted a few days. Betty pulls his shirt up, and he's got the most hideous scar. I mean, even you couldn't get a worse scar fighting a bear.
Even Dr. Curl Jr. could diagnose that.
Yeah. I could cut my hand off and have less jagged edges.
Yeah.
Jeez. She's like, that scar is not a minor procedure. Oh my, jeez. Back at Archie's foyer.
So Kevin had the procedure.
Yeah, so did Fangs, I think.
So if we're making a chart for Kevin's bodily injuries too, we need to make sure that's pretty permanent.
Yes. Yeah, he seems fine. Only hurt for a few days. So Veronica's got a plan to catch her father. She sends Archie into the sauna because that's where we got to get the ram with his shirt off.
He's always in the sauna.
That's where crime happens. Yeah. That's where we talk about our crimes.
So he's in there, Archie, and
all the good fellas go to the sauna.
I'm gonna look at this tattoo. Yeah, it's pretty colored in. I can't make it out. Give me that magnifying glass.
It's just a rectangle.
Yeah, it's kind of a bad shaped thing or like weird thing. Anyway, It's at the boxing gym. They're at a sauna in a boxing gym. It says on the wall in the
It does
sauna.
say the boxing gym. I noticed that.
He's like, he comes in. He's like, I want to kick your ass. I was like, this is the plan. He's like, if I win, you walk away from Riverdale. I thought the plan was to. I don't know. You can't just go arrest him. He has to be there.
Yeah, we don't trust Archie with nuance. He's just got to go in and
lay
it all on the line.
Come fight me at the El Royale, not at this chintzy boxing ring. He's like, or are you too weak after being shot? What a slam. He says, there's nothing soft about me.
I'm going to punch you in the bullet hole.
So the underworld's abuzz. They're asking about taking bets now.
Of some business associates. I couldn't look weak, Veronica.
Well, you're not going to win this.
Says who?
Says me. And all the odds makers.
What? People are betting on this?
I've already gotten calls. The underworld's abuzz asking if I'm taking bets at Le Bon Nuit. Obviously, I don't want any part of it.
Whoa, wait, you said no? Mia, you can make some money off this.
Maybe. I mean, I do still have that debt to you.
Yes, you do. So it's settled. We'll run all the betting through Le Bon Nuit. I'll reach out to some friends. Everyone's gonna want a piece of the action. It's a win-win. And Veronica, make no mistake, I will win.
And, you know, the Rams like, Mija, you're gonna make so much money off of this. She's like, well, I do owe you a debt. So they're gonna run all the bets through the Bon Nuit, yada yada. Back at the farm, Polly's talking to Betty about facing her demons. Great job. Did your darker half mention the time you pushed me down the stairs? Well, I wonder how she would know if the dark Betty would mention that. So, back at the Jones Coopers, they're eating Icky Wicky ice cream sticky. Neapolitan ice cream. That's what it's called. Somebody's shooting pool and somebody's eating ice cream with orange juice. That's the real headline. Looking for Ricky. He's in Fox Forest.
Hey, Ricky's eating the icky sticky.
Yeah. He's in Fox Forest getting ready to ascend. So she draws him a map. Betty is getting hypnotized again, only this time she plugs her ears because she's a Nancy Drew genius.
It's a candle.
So now she's alert when he just walks her into the room, the dark room. And then when Dark Betty comes out, guess what? It's just Polly with a ponytail trying to be all cool.
It was not iconic.
And I was just so irritated with her. I was like, what are you trying to prove?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense for her character.
Betty's already... No, she's not all in, but she's not like doing anything. She's just hanging out at the farm, wondering why everybody has scars, and when she gets to have her lobotomy. So Jughead has this pretty detailed directions to Ricky. He's looking at. I've got it all here.
Yeah, he made her draw a map of the forest.
It's got Fox Forest, clearing in the forest with X marks the spot. Rock pile. There's path, tracks. There's a start where you start. It's a dirt road.
For being new in town, Jellybean's really got her bearings.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a good map. He finds the circle.
Does it give any kind of clues to where Riverdale is? There's no major city or state route.
I like even the clouds have a face going with the blowing the wind out. It's no, I don't see anything.
Ricky, you shouldn't be here. No! What did you do?
Listen, kid. I'm taking you back to civilization, all right?
I don't want to.
I've played this game. I know it makes you do some crazy things, but I need you alive because we're gonna end this together.
Anyway, finds Ricky. Ricky, of course, getting ready to drink the whatever. He didn't answer to anybody. Now come the Lost Boys, the Lost Boy Scouts. Sorry, they come out with their spears. Chase Jughead to Delton Doyley's bunker, which he slips in with ease.
for a character we haven't seen in 2 seasons, old Delton Doily, his influence is still being felt.
He's really making his mark.
Since when does Jughead have suspenders? He's got suspenders hanging down.
He's rocked that look.
Yeah. But the suspenders with the winter coat, plaid jacket, or whatever he wears. And down in the bunker is Princess Etheline.
Oh, almost forgot about her.
Help me,
She
Jughead
says-
Jones. You're my only hope.
Help me, Jughead Jones. You're my only hope. For no reason.
Actually, that kind of tracks.
It was so great. It was like, she's hiding from the Gargoyle King. He's going to kill her for failing her mission. She was supposed to... She's the one that told Ricky to send the letter during prom, which led Betty the Gargoyle King in the Black Hood, and she had saved her from the sisters' false king.
Last time we saw Ethel, wasn't she done with the game?
Well, now she's in charge of the Lost Boys.
Yeah, okay.
When she went back to him, and he put her in charge. Even when you just said that he's trying to kill you. He's beautiful. That's why. That's the only answer you need.
He's beautiful.
He is beautiful.
The deal.
Back at Pops. Trying to pull off the biggest con yet. So Veronica needs her number one guy.
Old Cheekbones?
Cheekbones is back.
Mm-hmm.
How could he resist? So Betty comes out. Guys, I got it figured out. She goes to the little lounge at the farm.
Okay. Edgar Evernever is hypnotizing us.
Edgar Evernever is hypnotizing us.
So, hypnotherapy is a standard therapeutic practice that people pay good money for.
And whatever Edgar is doing works.
Standard therapeutic practice, Betty. Shut up. She's like,
you don't understand? He's got these clickety-clackety
right.
He took my pain away.
I can't wait for him to take mine. Okay, but that's just it. I think that he's purposely inflicting pain on you during hypnosis.
Okay. Now you just sound cuckoo pants. Why would Edgar cause us pain just to take it away?
I don't know. To have more power over you?
Edgar's our healer, Betty. And do you have any proof to the contrary?
Now you just sound cuckoo pants, Jordan. Cheryl says.
Right. Didn't think so. Okay. Bye.
Just look at this shot of Kevin. Facts.
How could you prove
I mean, I was like, they're just so whatever, skeptical. I'll get the dang proof, Cheryl, she says. Meanwhile, Ethel has the Lost Boys stand down. Where's Ricky? Something about Jack. Where's Jack? He went back to the bus to get his carving knife, of course.
He's the smallest one.
Oh, he's never going to trust Reggie. I mean, not Reggie. Jughead on his own, so Betty's got to go with him. Not Betty. Ethel. So, why are you getting this dialysis here, Evelyn? Her kidneys failed when she was little. So, she's getting immunosuppressant, which... Even Betty knows that's an anti-rejection med, so...
Why would
you got an organ transplant?
It's all coming together.
Is that why there's a scar on Kev's back? He's butchering his disciples? It can't be putting all of these into you.
I'm Evelyn with 17 kidneys.
She wears them like a belt.
Right. Well, now all she is, cut her open and count her kidneys. Betty pulls her pen out, her bobby pin, breaks in to a room, gets in the cooler. There it is. All kinds. The Farm Harvest Program.
Oh my God.
Hand carry, human kidney, do not drop.
It has the logo on all the buckets, right?
Yeah, it says the farm.
Yes. Right.
Let's stamp our name and address on all the illegal organs.
Right. Kidneys across America. So, back at the Blair Witch bus, Jack's on there. We'll get you a new knife. Okay. Up. Who's outside? The Black Hood.
Hook and how.
Him again.
He's dragging that hook everywhere. Drove me crazy. I hate that.
Yes.
That sound.
He could. It'd been just as bad if he had, just used his fingernail or whatever. But now he's got that hook. Ugh.
Everyone with a hook's always showing off the hook.
Right.
Just let the hook speak for itself, Hal. Don't force it.
You have another hand.
Open the back door.
So we're trying to open the door. The back door. Open the door. He gets in the hood goes. Hal just goes in the front door. They go out the back door and they block him in.
He can't figure it out to go turn around.
Yeah, this ain't gonna hold him.
He's like beating on the windows and they're all kind of mocking him almost. And I'm like, just turn around and go out the other door you came in. It's like 30 feet.
It's not gonna hold him. We have to go.
So Archie's leaving home. It's like, Mom, you don't want to know what I'm doing. She's like, if you're fighting, I want to watch. She's into it.
Well, she knows they're setting up whatever.
I don't understand it either. So, people are betting all this money on Hiram. Come in, they got a big fight, and every time there's ever a fight or something, somebody's singing the blues in the speakeasy. So,
Daddy made a soldier out of me. Daddy made me dance, and Daddy held my hand. Daddy liked his whiskey with his tea.
Touch him up? Had to stay a long time, you and I.
Veronica's in there singing about being Daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
You got Archie and the Ram facing off. I could see the tattoo now. It's like a bird head. Yeah. See this?
Yeah. I think it's the U.S. Postal Service logo.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that. He used to be a mail ram.
Speedy delivery, Mija.
Archie's got the bear claw on his pec. He's got the 2 gashes on his left arm.
And the sick tat.
Yeah, on his right. So while she sings, they're fighting.
Is that how it's gonna be? Oh, my daddy said shoot.
Let's go!
He said take care of your mother, watch out.
They take the gloves are off. Here we go.
I had to think of one of my favorite movies, Cable Guy. It says, "Oh, I see. Prison rules, huh?" So they're just gonna bare knuckle it.
So they're busted. In come the feds.
That was a brutal scene.
Yep, Archie took a beating
of a man beating a child nearly to death.
He asked for
that
it.
was more brutal than a bear attack.
Asked for
That was a ram attack.
Oh man. Daddy, stop. Archie's like, you lost, buddy. He's bleeding. It's another scar they're gonna have to put as his beat up face. It's like, I was just keeping you busy, letting you punch my face over and over. FP, out of nowhere, pops into the ring. It is with great pleasure that I say you're under arrest.
Boy.
So, back at the jail.
Not from attempted murder of a child.
No.
It's like betting and things.
Precious Lodge Empire is up for public auction. She won. I was like, really? Did you win? Your family's enterprises are up for public auction. I won. I don't get it. So, Archie's kind of, not sure if he's going to get back with Veronica, and Molly Ringwald says, oh, well, I think you're endgame.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Molly is shipping. She's shipping Varchie hard.
So, Ethel wants to know what happened to the Lost Boys, and FP says they've assigned them to a deputy. They're going to train them in his raid-style techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jughead deserves a reward for his brave hellcasting. She's going to tell him who the Gargoyle King is, and she whispers in his ear.
Yep.
He's like, but that's impossible. Which I forgot about that. And I thought in the next episode he kind of figures it out, but she tells him right here. Well, that's different. So then somebody's got, Betty's got a organ.
I didn't write down. I legitimately can't remember.
You really can't?
I legitimately, sitting right here, cannot remember.
What? That's crazy.
I'm drawing a complete blank.
That's awesome.
I can't wait.
So surprised.
I can't wait to tune into our next episode.
Oh my gosh!
That's why I write stuff down. That's so true. That's impossible. That's why I write stuff down and I immediately forget it. That's why I have to write stuff down. That's how my brain works.
Oh, so Betty's got an organ. Transport
I don't
case.
need to write that. That's
And Jughead and her on the phone, and he says, "This is great." He says, "Are you ready to hear the craziest thing ever?" And she says, "Well, I think I might have you beat on that one." Oh, okay. She doesn't tell him. But she does. And you're going to remember when I tell you what she said. Jughead says, she told me that it was Jason Blossom.
Oh, yeah.
Now you remember who it is?
I remember her telling him that because I wrote down Jason the Gargoyle King ?
And you still, nothing. You don't know what that means.
Oh!
All right, there we go.
Talk about some milk.
So... He's like, isn't that crazy? And Betty's like, normally I would say that that's impossible, but she says, you're going to have to check it out in a way that would make Dr. Curdle Jr. proud. He's like, I'm going to have to dig up Jason's body on that. So Betty tries again with Cheryl. Cheryl, the farm's in front. Kevin, Fangs, Edgar took their kidneys. There's a refrigerator filled to the brim. It's an organ farm. She shows her the case.
Cheryl, the farm is a front. Kevin, Fangs, Edgar took their kidneys. There's a refrigerator filled to the brim with human organs. The farm is an organ farm.
Are you trying to get shipped off to Shutter Island, you lunatic?
For harvesting organs.
Dumps it out.
Oh my God. Is that it? Yes. Cheryl, what if this is why he keeps adopting kids? For his human chop shop.
You know, based on the price list in the infirmary, it's lucrative as hell.
It's lucrative as hell.
Tony!
If there's even a chance you're right, Tony's procedure is today. The nurses just took her away.
Okay, go get Tony. I'll get Kevin and Fangs.
Okay, go get Tony. I'll get Kevin Fangs. So, Tony's in there with her headband on.
Are you
Don't be
nervous?
nervous.
Don't be.
Get your hands off my girlfriend.
Get your hands off my girlfriend!
Excuse me, you can't.
What's going on? You're charlatans! What? Not another step! Get up, Tony. Let's go. But my treatment. There's a chance Betty's cries that the sky is falling are true. Look at those instruments of torture. Now, please, can we go? There's a door. I snuck Betty in. Lead the way, my Monte Cristo.
Stop those girls!
Who are these like orderly people?
Are they just harvesters? I don't know. They cut people open.
They're in on it. So.
Yeah, but I think they prep because I think Chad Michael Murray does the procedure.
Well, they're not good at it if they're butchering people.
So there's a chance Betty's cries to the sky is falling are true. She's telling Tony, "Look at those instruments of torture." Well, Tony's like, there's a door. I snuck in.
I was all in until 10 seconds ago, so all right.
Lead the way, my Monte Cristo. Meanwhile, Betty goes to tell Kev and Fangs, who are doing what? any recollection, Kevin Fangs are in, must be the rec room, playing hacky sack.
Oh, yeah.
With a kidney. They're just kicking a kidney around. Like, well, that's normal.
She bursts in, stops the hacky sack game cold. Said, Egger's harvesting organs. But she doesn't have an organ. She didn't bring the organ with her to prove it, like a dummy. So they tackle her, of course, wrestle her to the ground, and tell her to stop being a detractor. She kicks him in the nuts. And then Tony makes it out the window, but Cheryl has to...
She closes the window.
Cheryl goes feral.
Yes, yeah. She has to fight so Tony can get away.
She flips out.
Archie goes over to Lodge, and there is Veronica with cheekbones. And he's like, well, everybody's like, well, I'll see you at school. So Betty wakes up, strapped to the chair. Chad Michael Murray's got his bloody apron on. You know, you wear all white when you're...
Yeah, I hope Hot Topic sells those, too.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Probably only at Halloween.
It's like, you don't know what you saw, Betty. And she's got the lines around her head.
Yeah.
Where he's
got an outline.
Where he's going to cut.
It's like a Bugs Bunny, saw. He's just got a saw.
Right.
Thought Archie hat was the only one with the hacksaw.
Right. Anyway, we're digging up graves. Digging up bones. Old Jughead's out there. Opens the coffin. No Jason Blossom. That's it. What do you think? I was like...
I'm thrilled once again. I just lived through this twice.
I was like, well, we're gonna have one episode left. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So that's it. Let's do it. Tune in next time.
Thank you for being patient. We know this show ended a little while ago, but for this level of detail, you've got to give us a little time to get our thoughts in order.
And it is for you. The last episode is going to be worth it. Come back.
Yes, totally.
And if you don't actually watch the show and just listen to this, you're in for a real treat.
I also saw season 3 just hit Netflix too, so now is a good time to catch up on it.
Yeah, because the CW shows are not going to continue to be on Netflix.
So all 22
There's no
episodes.
reason to have Netflix.
Really? Yeah, get it in now. So
Stranger Things and out.
If you've just been listening to us recap these, you can go back and watch all 3 seasons. You have time because we're gonna there's a little bit before we get to the next episode.
I'd like to see somebody do that and find some of the Easter eggs that you claim aren't there. Setting this up. I bet they're just...
I defy you.
I defy you to do that. Go all the way back to the penultimate episode.
Alright, this is fun as always, recapping Riverdale for you and for us. Thank you for listening once again. If you've got any crazy theories or you got a Riverdale story, have you been watching since episode 1? Or are you just new to it? Or are you just getting in? Let us know. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter at the Ka-Pow Podcast. You can email us at kapowthepopculturepodcast@gmail.com. We're everywhere podcasts can be downloaded, found, bought, and sold. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Goodbye forever.
Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udownwithkpp.com.